What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. So this is going to be on my return into the communication and the addressing that I personally want to make. Just like what I did with my long ramble of a video on my experiences that I did go through from 2021. And you know that I was going through from the first half of that year that I was in a deep and dark, unhappy state from the way things were. And besides that, I went back into the normality of myself in the positives. I still do think that besides the positives that did come back to me in the later half, 2021 was really one of the worst, if not the worst time for me. I don't want to go into that detail any further into this video because if you want to hear how I felt from that time, please check out that video of my personal addressing about that year. I want to make a video as like a follow-up to the big change of things for me in this year, 2022. And the reason why I wanted to do another one of these videos is because that it gives me a lot of the free space, a lot of the free time for me to just think about it and reflect. And it just keeps me going about more of these things that I want to say, positively and as well as with negatively on both of these two sides. I will say that 2022 is an absolute blast of a year for me. And I'm talking about that in my own experience on myself mentally, emotionally, productively, and physically, okay? I know that there's been a lot of chaos going around, obviously with the news on many of these difficult things that many people have been going through, and there are still some talks about other people's state of emotions with their struggles and the lack of positivity that they are trying to get back in themselves to find. But when I was going through this year, it's like it is a big release. It's a big release for me to get myself back into the positive mental attitude phase. So there's been a lot of great things that did go through my mind. I was back into who I am as a very busy workaholic and spending a lot of time with the band that I am in, Hard Graft. And speaking of Hard Graft, by the way, guys, I encourage you to check out the YouTube channel of our content in the description below. Go and subscribe and share these videos around. Multiple live clips of songs that we do, and we are planning to do many more new things across the way. So yeah, gigging wise, it has definitely boosted up my own adrenaline and the importance to think about what makes me happy. And being with the band is absolutely one of the best things ever. I cannot take it for granted that I am so lucky to be with my closest friends. And even when we're not gigging, there is a big change that has made things so much better. Because last year, I didn't really socialize. I didn't really socialize with the people around me. The only times that I have been socializing with people is really with the band for gigging. But for this year, the socializing for me with the people who I do adore and admire very, very much has been a great ride, and it still continues to grow because normally I do like to just be an introvert. But when we make plans to either go to a concert or go to a bar or, just to chill out, and even if we're not hanging out, we hang out on Discord, it's always been a fun experience. We do joke around, share our banter, and have a wonderful time to let ourselves be ourselves, have our own very open space, and more importantly, to believe in one another, because that's what it's all about for ages. And I am always very, very happy to be with people that I feel loved and connected with. Because, I have been close with people that I always feel attached and connected with. But I feel that this time around, even if we're gigging or just to chill and, be in a really good mood and space with whatever we like to do besides gigging, it has, at some points, it has given me a bit of the emotional feeling because, there were just some moments that I just feel lucky. I feel lucky and proud to just be, who I want to be, and with friends like my bandmates and the families of the bandmates and whoever else. It's definitely something that I will forever cherish. And I'm getting a bit emotional here, so I apologize. It's just one of those things that I just really wanted to have because, sorry, because when you get that feeling that it's something that you will never ever forget. I feel that. I even told my friends this, that there were points that that the tears had to be let out, you know. I can't help it because the love is all here. The love is all here, and it's always been an honor to be with the best people in my life. And I'm just so thrilled. I'm really thrilled that this year has been a huge impactful one for me. When I make a comparison to last year, as I've said too many times now, but I feel that this year, with the amount of work, the joy, the positivity, it's wonderful. And I apologize, I sound emotional, but I just had to let these things out, I'm going to try not to break down too much, because the more I do, I'll be just a wreck. I need a minute, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, I didn't tear up really, really badly, but I want to say thank you so much. I just want to share my biggest gratitude to my bestest friends. You know who you are in person. To Sophie, Ben, and Ted, and my brother, and Adam, and the friends that I have made friends with on Discord. You have no idea how much you have made a big deal for me. But I feel, like I said, lucky. I feel lucky to to be connected and, to overcome some of the struggles, and to have people like yourselves to be by my side. And I say that without forgetting you guys who watch my videos, because you guys loving my videos has also made a great continuation for me to proceed and continue on to make videos on whatever I like to talk about. And I'm still going to be doing the videos that I want to make. As I say that, I do like to take some time away from making videos because of my endless amounts of work. By work, I mean obviously with hard graft gigs. And we've got, like I said, a few minutes in the video that there's some more stuff that will be, in the making. So, yeah, I had to say these things just to get them out of my chest, So, there's another thing that I want to address as well, and this is like the continuation of the socializing thing. I have been going out to gigs recently. Like, one of them, I did see Incubus for the very first time. And I won't go into like a proper full thought about the concert, but Incubus were fantastic. And I gotta say it, that the crowd has been the most beautiful crowd I have ever heard to sing along to the band, singing their hearts out, and to be loud and positive as possible to sing a lot of their songs. And they've played a ton of them from this classic album now that I call this, Morning View. They did play a few songs from some of their earlier stuff, but it was a brilliant experience. I did see Ian Brown not too long ago as well, and I wanted to see him because I've been a fan of the Stone Roses, and I do love pretty much half, like the first half of his solo material. And again, like the Incubus one, I don't want to go into full detail. I thought it was a good show, but it's not like one of those concerts that I think is like one of the best, But it was just a different vibe that I wanted to see for myself. And I know people have been very critical about it, and I do get and understand why these gripes had to be addressed. But for me, being a fan, I did enjoy the show of Ian Brown's set. Some more bands that I am going to be seeing in less than a month's time. I am going to be seeing Alter Bridge. Yes, finally, my properly full-time big experience of seeing Alter Bridge, full-time and first time, because there was a point that I did make something that I still haven't forgotten, that I can't believe I did it. I think back in the early 2010s, I did see Black Stone Cherry. However, I went to see them in Birmingham just for them, because I was so obsessed with Black Stone Cherry. And then after they finished their set, I decided to come back home, and believe it or not, Alter Bridge was the main act. So I am finally going to see Alter Bridge, Miles Kennedy and company, to see what they're all about. I'm really happy that I am a new fan of Alter Bridge, especially when I had reviewed their Pawns and Kings album, which is still fantastic. Other shows that I'm going to be seeing with the bandmates of Hard Graft, like Alter Bridge, we are going to be seeing Devin Townsend for the very first time in April, and I am so pumped for this one because Devin Townsend has become one of my new favorite musicians of all time since, you know, a long while now, for many months, ever since that I was discovering so many more stuff. And by the way, guys, yes, I am, like I said, going to be talking about the companion disc to Lightwork, Nightwork, from this brilliant 2 CD digipack edition of the new album. That will be coming up after this video. But yeah, Devin Townsend, I've seen multiple live clips of his shows, and I wanted to see Devin in front of me. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great ride. And some other bands that I'm going to be seeing, I'm going to be seeing Bullet for My Valentine. And yes, I know I did crap on, some of their albums like Temper Temper, and I did review their album from last year. But I just wanted to go to revisit some nostalgia, because Bullet for My Valentine were one of the first modern metal bands that I was really into. Like, I was there when the band became big, like from the Poison period, before Scream Aim Fire became a big thing in their discography. So yeah, despite my negatives I have with their later stuff, I am going to be seeing them. And as well as, for my first time experience of another solo artist, I am going to be seeing Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel, who I absolutely admire, one of the greatest musicians of all time. I am going to be seeing him in mid-June. I pretty much grew up with my very first few experiences of hearing a few Peter Gabriel songs, but when I was diving into his solo discography, before I really became a fan of Genesis, I was blown away by how creative and so out there, and yet very inspiring, Peter Gabriel's solo music has been for a long time. He still holds a big influence on me, and a lot of his albums are just phenomenal. I'm a big fan of albums like So and Melt, and I think that Us is one of the most underrated albums that I do love. If not, it is my favourite Peter Gabriel album. So anyways, I am going to be seeing one of the top favourite solo musicians of all time. How about that? So yeah, besides the amount of positivity and the emotional feeling that I did want to say earlier in the video, to some concert experiences and socializing and more videos to come, for me personally, emotionally, and productivity, as I've said, this year has been a blessing. It has been a blessing. So I'm really happy that I did overcome what I was going through to rebuild and to, fulfill more of the great opportunities, and to continue to move forward, to be with people who I feel very grateful for to be with, and to still do what makes me happy. And I hope you guys are doing the same things, because I've seen some people that they've been struggling, and it really sucks, because, times may be difficult in these unexpected, unanticipated moments, but, we still have to believe in ourselves that we are very important for being who we are, and don't be afraid at all to reach out to people surrounding you, by your side, whether it's your friends or family, and people who you feel 100% attached with. Reach out and they will do the very best to help you people out. And I know with the mentality from the pandemic to, the ongoing war that's been going on between Ukraine and Russia, amongst many of the other obvious things, it's still very crucial and important to think about yourself, how you want to make things happen for you in a positive way, and I know you can do it. Believe in yourself, just like what I've been doing, and never forget that you are important. Like I said, you are loved by everyone who knows you and loves you. So, yeah, at the end of the day, for me, 2022 was something so much better. So much better, and it has definitely been helping me to be at my best since, I'd say, like 2020, because I did make a video that I was at my most positive in a while, and I still make my own personal reflections, on that point. And I do look back at the things that I have done from then to now, because it makes me think. It makes me think to either improve things and to explore with many opportunities that will be building myself up, just like the things that I love to do. Anyways, guys, I know I'm rambling on so much, surprisingly for me a lot longer than my previous personal addressing video, but I just wanted to make this video like I did with last year. More album reviews to come, and I am going to be coming back to classic albums revisited, to requested albums, album reactions. I also would like to revisit incomplete discographies, because there's a lot that I need to do. But I'm still going to be doing my best to keep this channel up and running and welcome new subscribers. And it's been great to see some new faces and anyone who decides to subscribe to my channel because of the videos of my usual content, of sharing my passion and love for music, talking about albums, live streaming and discussions, questions, updates. You know the drill by now. So thank you all very much with your dedication and support. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.